RPE stands for Rate of Perceived Exertion. This is a measurement of intensity or difficulty, and if Mike here, the bodybuilder, puts some more weight on the bar, his RPE will increase. He will feel like it's more difficult. But if several people lift the same weight, for example 100 kilos, they will all have a different experience of how light and or heavy this weight will feel. So this is for sure a subjective measurement. It has long been expressed statements like, "That was hard." But this felt quite inaccurate, so the Swedish scientist Gunnar Borg came up with a much more reasonable statement, like, "That felt like a 7 out of 10. After this, we can divide it into two different scales, CR10 1 to 10 and Borg 6 to 20. The most used one is CR10, which in my head feels the most reasonable, as it's more simple to think of 1 to 10 than 6 to 20. CR10 stands for category ratio, and Borg as to Gunnar Borg. These scales ranges from one extremely easy, like lying in the bed, all the way up to the top with 10 with maximum effort, like puking on the floor. Then the discussion becomes whether or not we want to use percentage-based training or RPE, as we talked about in this video. Well, it depends. Well, it depends on what you think is the most simple and most understandable to use. By this I mean percentage-based training and RPE is mostly the same. In fact, it's actually the same, just shown in a different way. Maybe easier to understand in a more practical example. Let's say you're doing a squat. Then you maybe used to writing 81% of 1 RM, 81%, but that's the same as 8 RPE. Here comes the main reason why many people prefer to use RPE instead of percentage-based training. It's easier for many to think about 8 as a number than 81%. If Mike here lifts with an RPE of 8, it means that he will have 2 more reps in the tank at the end of his set. By using the RPE chart, we can convert the percentage over to RPE. Let's say we're lifting with an 84% of 1 RM with 5 repetitions. This means we're lifting with an RPE of 9. But you might wonder, what about 8.5? Let's say we're doing 5 repetitions. Hence to the last example, we then at the end of the set could have done 2 more repetitions. But when we're talking about 8.5, we have to add 0.5. So the first repetition, we're sure about that one, we can do that. But what about the second repetition? We're not really sure about that one. Maybe we can do it, but it's not for certain. Now that we know the numbers, let's try to work out an example. Let's try 8 repetitions with an RPE of 9. What percentage would we then be working at? That wasn't so hard, was it? Yeah, you're right, it's 76%. Now to a little bit harder one. We're lifting 3 repetitions with a percentage of 85%. Now we're converting the opposite way. What would the RPE be then? Brilliant, you're right, it's 7.5. This means you could do for sure 2 more repetitions, but you could probably do 3 more. Lastly, time for some unpretentious homework. What would Mike's percentage here be if he did 9 repetitions with an RPE of 7.5? Feel free to comment the answer in the comment section down below for marking, and I will come in here each day to check if you're right.